Hello, my beautiful internet people! Today I'd like to tell you about 3 really good Souls-like games I played lately. All 3 of these games were given for free by PlayStation Plus subscription, but I'm pretty sure you can get your hands on them for PC and possibly other consoles. So let's dive right into it. First, let's talk about Wuchang, Fallen Feathers, or how I like to call it, the Chinese Souls. This one is really slow-paced and reminds me a lot of the first Souls games, especially Demon Souls. I think it's mainly for how slow the character moves when traversing the levels and for its level design. Game has got just around 20 gigabytes, but it took me over 20 hours to complete. Let it be a testament to the resourcefulness of the developers, because the levels are packed with little side trails and of course doors, which you cannot open from this side. Actually, there are so many routes and the areas are so intertwined that there are like 5 times more shortcuts than is even necessary for average player. It's not as perfected as in Dark Souls 1, because in Wuchang it's just the closest neighboring areas that are intertwined. But still, a great achievement, and you will get that feeling of, hey, I know this place, when you open a door. The fight mechanics are definitely the strongest aspect of this game. The animations are beautiful and connected seamlessly. The Chinese style of fighting can be a little confusing, because it's so fluid and the mechanics are taking full advantage of this fact, so the bosses can be very punishing. Their designs are cool and scary and take from Chinese folklore, as it should be. Just once or twice I encountered a boss that was a little bit broken, mainly because they were too big for their arena, but the general reception is very favorable, comparing one of the bosses to Malenia herself, and I don't disagree. Your main defense in this game is deflecting and parrying, but you can choose from different weapons which are bound to your build. Longsword build, axe build, double swords or spears. The game is pushing you to level up at least 2 of them, so you can switch them on the fly, which is a really cool idea. I unfortunately found out too late about this and had some problems with few bosses that were built around having a different weapon than my favorite longsword. The levels may seem a little uninspired in the beginning, since the game is so grey. You go through mines, broken villages and mountains, but that is all remedied in the last level, which is a beautifully hellish Chinese hell. If you grab this one, make sure to make it to the end. It's worth it. Next game on the list is Enotria, The Last Song, aka Sunny Souls. This one caught me off guard for its beautiful sunny environments and world building. You are a blank slate mannequin which can assume roles of enemies you slain, so no switching of gear and armor in this one. Instead, you switch the whole getup and visit your resistances to the creative alignments like Fatuo, Vis, Malano and Grazia. The roles and the concept of acting is what is this game all about. Theater backdrops are scattered all around the world with beautiful paintings and even little stages for actors here and there. Fight mechanics are much quicker and closer to Bloodborne and Sekiro than anything else. Deflecting is crucial skill for this one, so sharpen your reflexes. First, I found the mechanics pretty solid, but when I jumped into the Wuchang, I realized that the Chinese Souls have much more work put into the fight mechanics. But that should not discourage you. This game is all about art, and is an art in itself. The resources of the developers went clearly more into the world building, and it paid off. Designs of the enemies are pure orgasm material, with puppet-like harlequins left and right. There is not much to the Italian folklore that we have not seen before, so the game switches to Greek mythology in the second world stage, and finally a gorgeous Venice-like city in the last one. There are just 2 kinda big problems with this game that I noticed. First, some of the bosses are clearly broken and it can take a lot of your steam away. The arenas are big enough and beautifully sunny, but the bosses are often way too big and either can't hit you at all or stop mid-attack to do another attack, which is clearly jittery at times. The second big problem you encounter is in the last world. It's really beautiful and intricate, but it felt unfinished for me. The enemies are in weird spots from where they can't hit you, for example. But the level design is pretty solid, just don't expect the amount of interconnectivity like in Dark Souls or even in Wuchang. It simply does not exist. Shortcuts are present and you will loop around the separated levels a lot. Bonfires are a little bit too common to my taste. It's a testament that this game is a little easier for Souls veterans, but still, your hands will sweat and you will rage here and there. Either for the broken bosses or the small, more refined, but super quick ones. If you are at least a little bit cultural person, you will swallow this one as a cherry. And the last Souls game I'd like to talk about today is another Crab's Treasure, aka Crab Souls. This game won an award for the best game from indie developers in 2024. You can tell the team that put this together was probably not that big, but it catches up in charm. You are a hermit crab named Krill who is jumped by a lone shark who takes your shell because you owe in taxes. Krill doesn't know anything about taxes, but let the shark steal his valuable shell. So starts your adventure through the polluted sea areas. You collect microplastics instead of souls and have to look for disposable shells made from tin cans, plastic caps, shot glasses, whatever garbage you can find, and even corpses of other crabs. You have no stamina meter. Instead, you have to look out for the status of your artificial shells, which are often not very durable. So you have to look for another one in the middle of the fight, which is a nice change of pace and a clever switch to the all well-known mechanics of the Souls-like games. Game introduces multiple clever mechanics. Every shell is different in multiple properties: weight, hardness, and later spells. If your shell is round, you can roll in it. Later in the game, you can fork any artificial shell and create a stronger hammer-like weapon. You use fishing hooks to traverse areas or to get an enemy closer to you. Lots of cool stuff in this one. The fights are very slow-paced and kinda simplified, but can still be very challenging, even for a vet. The strongest aspect of this game is its humor. You can chat with many inhabitants of the sea and look into their beliefs and motivations. Apparently, the garbage was not the only thing that is polluting the sea. With it came a civilization and all the weight it can carry. Funny situations will appear when you borrow human ideas like capitalism, industry, taxes, or in general establishment. The conversations are one of the strongest aspects of this one, so make sure you don't skip any. They are cheery in the beginning, but since the story revolves around pollution, they will get progressively darker. Also, it's nice to see the world from a point of view of something so small. Isn't there a Souls-like games where you are a very small human or something? Whatever, this is basically it. I like this game so much that I decided to make a whole video dedicated just to it, so look forward to it. You should also check my more stylized reviews of old games on Sega Genesis. Seriously, they are fun! I promise! Also, if you like music, you should check my other channel dedicated to music production and original soundtrack mixes for games and anime. Anyway, that's it for today, my dear friends. Stay safe, enjoy your days in this mortal coil, and know that you are appreciated. Cozy, signing out. Like and subscribe!